Hey guys, so happy Thursday! I'm actually here on Thursday and not Friday, and it feels so good. So this week is advice week. You probably already noticed that by now, and we all have different topics we're gonna talk about. I'm kind of nervous about my topic, I'm not gonna lie. Like at first I was like excited. I was like, hell yeah dude, I get sex and relationships and boys and all that stuff, and now I'm just like, I'm kind of nervous because I think there's a lot of responsibility with this topic and I don't want to give any bad information, and I'm not an expert, and I don't know, I'm like, why does my opinion matter? It really doesn't. It doesn't matter. So I wasn't exactly sure what exactly I was going to talk about within sex and relationships and all that stuff. I asked you guys on Instagram, handy dandy Instagram. I posted like a little selfie and I asked you guys to kind of send me some questions or topics beneath the sex and relationship category that you wanted me to discuss. So the first one is from Cassandra Erica. What's your opinion on sex before being in a relationship with a person you like and friends with benefits? My opinion on sex before you're actually dating someone, I think that if you want to do it, then you should do it. I don't know, that's just me. I understand some people are like, no, you should make the guy wait. You know, and I totally get that logic. I mean, I don't know, like I think if you were being safe about it and it's something that you genuinely want to do, you're not being forced, I think you should do it. Who cares? Girls are equals to guys. I don't care who you are. You can fuck whoever you want. Just like a guy can be promiscuous, a girl can. So I think if you want to do it, you should do it. But I think you should definitely take precautions and don't just hook up with strangers. That's my opinion. What about friends with benefits? I did the whole friends with benefit thing, and honestly, it's just like the movies and how everyone says. Like, it gets messy, it gets annoying, it's not worth it. I don't think it's healthy. I think it starts out really, really fun. It's hot, it's sexy. Ooh, we're just doing sexual things. We're not actually gonna date. No one's gonna get like attached. That's bullshit. Usually one person does. You don't want to hurt someone. You don't want to be the person getting hurt by falling for the person, and you don't want to be the person who's hurting the person who fell for you. Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't think it's wise personally. Star Jaragui, I don't know how to say that. I want to know what I can do to help keep a long, healthy relationship. I admire yours so much. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. The secrets of long-term dating. I don't even know. I think the biggest thing is to make sure you actually like the person. You don't just love the person. You're not just infatuated with the person or attracted to the person. I think it's important that you genuinely just like them as a human being. Like, you would be their friend if the attraction wasn't there and the lovey-dovey part wasn't there. Like, you just genuinely, you like them. And that's how I feel about Austin. I love his personality. He cracks me up. He's so intelligent. He's the most hardworking person I know. He's very responsible. He's very kind and generous and giving. Like, I like him as a person. I think that's why we've dated so long, is we like each other. We have fun together. We don't, I don't know, it's not just about the sex or the mushy gushy stuff. It's about just enjoying each other's company. Kat Derp asked, did your mom encourage you on having a child with Austin before her passing? Do you want kids in the near future? No, my mom didn't encourage me in any way to have a child this young. Do I want kids in the near future? Yeah, of course. That is my dream in life, honestly, is to be a mom. I cannot wait for that moment. However, I don't want kids until like I'm 30. Like, I want to be financially secure. I want to be stable in every aspect of my life, and I want having children to be exciting and a blessing. I don't want it to be a oh shit moment, you know? Austin Knight asked how you make your butthole loose enough for anal. A lot of lube, a lot of practice with just the finger kind of easing its way. I think you need to do an enema, is that what it's called? One of those things to get the poop out of you, and just a lot of lube and a lot of practice. You don't want no tearing going on there. Oh, and it's gonna feel like you have to poop, so. Austin Knight also asked, do you morph into a bat slash dolphin hybrid? Please respond. What the hell? No. Pastel De La Luna asks, any advice on distance? I know you and Austin live 40 minutes away from each other by car. How did you cope with traveling at first? You know, well, luckily we live together now, but before it was a little tricky in the beginning because it's 40 minutes without traffic. Houston always has traffic, especially the way you take to get to his house from mine. There's always traffic, so it was always kind of a journey, and in the beginning it was hard because we wouldn't have gas money to hang out, or traffic was too bad, or we just didn't have the time, or it just was like a big mess. The way we dealt with it is we honestly created a schedule, and that really helped. Like, we had specific days every week that we hung out. I don't know if it'll help everyone, but it helped us. Carly Simona asked, how do you learn to make a relationship work even when you feel depressed? You must have a really strong relationship with your boyfriend. I have no idea. I and the most depressed I've ever been in my whole life. I have a hard time. I guess I'm just thankful that Austin's understanding, and I know he loves me unconditionally, and he's patient with me, and I don't know how he is because I would not be, but he is. Don't really have advice on that, I'm sorry. Hallie Oop asks, how do you make a relationship last? I know it takes a lot of compromising with flaws of your own and that your partner has. How have you and Aussie learned to deal with each other's flaws? I don't really think Austin has any flaws. I don't know, I mean, everyone has flaws, you know what I mean? But like, there's nothing that really bugs me that much, I guess, or maybe I'm just used to things. I think the biggest thing is that we have very different arguing styles, we have very different styles with coping, and we have very different views on certain just topics. But I mean, I don't know, I just know he has different views. Like, it doesn't make or break his personality for me, and we just kind of accept them. We don't really argue often. I mean, when we do, it's bad just because we have very different arguing styles, but we don't really argue often, and I think it's because we know what pisses each other off, and so we just don't do it. Or we can kind of sense when we're starting to get on each other's nerves, and we kind of can diffuse it. And we're not perfect. We definitely get irritable with each other. Like, I was annoyed with him this morning, and I think he was annoyed with me, but we kind of just, we didn't, I don't know, kind of dropped it. Like, you realize you'll get over it. Just give it time. You'll get over it. There's going to be good moments. There's going to be bad moments. There's going to be good days, bad days. It sucks having those bad moments. I'm not going to lie. I hate them. They're temporary. It's when they're not temporary that you should probably consider leaving the relationship or kind of do some soul searching on that topic. Simone Cherie asks, what is your opinion on porn when in a serious relationship? What are boundaries? How do you personally handle it? Are there insecurities? I personally don't think it's respectful to watch porn when you're in a relationship. And I don't personally care for porn. Like, I would rather fuck and have sex than watch other people do that. I know some people feel differently because maybe you're dating someone who doesn't see an issue with it. They genuinely don't see an issue because they're not acting out on it. They're not cheating on you like that. So I personally don't like it. I think it's a tricky situation. I don't know. Are there insecurities? Yeah, of course. I would feel like I wasn't good enough. I don't know. It's one of those things that everyone has a different opinion on it. So yeah. Suddenly, Lex Lily asked, do you think that sex can help strengthen a relationship that is falling apart? Probably not. I think sex is very nice, like, when you're having, like, issues, or, I hate to say that, like, not major issues, but maybe you've been fighting that day, or you've been feeling distant, and then you have sex, and it's like, it's a nice way to kind of come back together and feel close again. But a failing relationship, or you put a relationship that's falling apart. You didn't say failing, my bad. I don't know if it's going to help a relationship that is falling apart. I don't know. It's kind of a vague question, and I wouldn't suggest like that sex would fix everything. So S4MWise _ asks, how do you live and accept the fact that they've been with other people when he's only your first? I'm assuming you're talking about yourself. Austin's not my first. But it is hard, I think, at first to accept that someone else has been with other people. I think when I was younger, that was really hard to accept. But now that I'm older, it's not as hard to accept because it is what it is. You know, people have pasts and it can be hard at first. But in reality, most of us all have passed, whether you've had sex with someone else or not. You've liked other people. You've had maybe other relationships. I think it's just important to focus on the now. Focusing on the past is honestly going to do nothing but cause arguments, cause you unnecessary stress. Obviously, they're with you because they want to be with you now. Relationships ended because of one reason or another in the past, and they're out of them for a reason. So I think it's really, really good to just focus on the now. Try not to think about the exes because they're lame and they suck, and just focus on your badass new relationship. Swag Muffin Bitch asks, what age do you think is the right time or the right time in the relationship to start having sex? I was hoping someone would ask this. I'm going to tell you what my mama told me. My whole life, my mom told me there is no right age to have sex. I totally think that was the wise choice. Some people might not agree with that. They're like, no, you shouldn't have it until you're 18 or you're married, blah, blah, blah. And that's okay. That's their opinion. I agree there's no right age. Whether you have it when you're 16, whether you have it when you're 26, you need to do it when you are ready. I would hope that you would do it with someone who you deeply care for or you deeply trust. And I would hope that you're in a situation where you feel safe and it's totally that you want to do it, that no one's forcing you, you're not under the influence of anything. I would hope that you are just completely consensual to it. I would hope you're using birth control, condoms, whatever, anything possible to be safe. You know, I had sex really young, younger than I would want my own daughter to, or my son or whatever, but I was lucky. I was in the relationship with this guy for like 3 years. We were very close. I trusted him 100%. It was honestly a beautiful experience and it was awesome. But so many people aren't that lucky. So I would suggest waiting until you're in a long-term relationship or you really feel old enough and totally in control. As far as the right time in the relationship, it kind of goes with the same idea. Wait until you want to do it, until you're ready. Don't rush it, but don't listen to other people who say you need to wait until a certain point. No, do it when you want to do it. I'm a firm believer in that. Alicia Keller said, one of my best guy friends told me he's in love with me and now my parents say I'm not allowed to hang with him alone anymore. I've hooked up with him a few times before I knew he liked me. How do I tell him I just want to be his friend? Girl, don't hook up with him if you just want to be his friend. That goes back to the friends with benefits. I'm not telling you you're a bad person, but you really have to be careful with that. I think you just need to tell him that you really value the relationship. I think you should apologize for hooking up with him and possibly confusing him and making him think that you wanted something more. But I think you should definitely just tell him straight up and try to, you know, say it in the nicest way possible. Commander Cat 09 asks, how do you deal with their mood swings / man period? My boyfriend is sometimes a jerk and I just end up sending the same bad vibe. How do I fix it? Girl, I don't know. Just try to remember that it's temporary. Try to not put that same negative energy out there. Don't stoop to his level. That's what I try not to do, because if I'm hating it, why would I want to act the same manner, you know? Just try to ignore it. Guys hate it when you ignore their bad moods. They're like, wait, pay attention to me. So try to do that. Gabsta_P said, do you have any advice on how to be confident enough to have sex? I mean, being exposed can be pretty imitating. Girl, yes. Why do you think I have so many candles, so many like Christmas lights in my room? Using a nice glow, it's a great way to see the sex still, but to also not see everything. Honestly, usually the guy wants to be covered up too. Get some candles. They give you a good scent in the room. It's a really nice glowy vibe. People look all tanned and glowed and angelic, and it's not too dark to where like you look really insecure. It also is not too bright to where you feel completely exposed. Giraffes are coot said, how do you deal with an unexperienced partner in a relationship? I think that you need to just be patient with them. Don't rush them in anything. Teach them, girl. I mean, that sounds fun. I don't know. It sounds fun. I don't know. Is it fun? If you don't like how they're doing something, they'll want to know. Trust me. Just try to say it in a nice way. Hannah L. Champion asks, when did you first have sex? Did it strengthen your relationship with Austin? I don't know if they mean when did I first have sex with Austin or in general. In general, it was way before Austin. With Austin, it didn't strengthen us. Honestly, it didn't really do anything for us. So I don't know how to answer that. _Mrs. Good Vibes said, do you think it's okay to go through your boyfriend or girlfriend's phone without them knowing? No, that's never good. That's a whole tricky situation, because what if you find something you don't want to know? Like, it's like, yeah, they should not be doing that, but then you also should not be invading their privacy. It's a mess. I would just not do it. Ooh, I really like this question. Girl Power said, do you think it's okay to choose to not be in a permanent relationship / get married at all? Do you think that choosing that life makes a woman less of a woman? Hell no. One of my mom's best friends is like in her 70s, which you would never know. She looks 50 or 40 something, has been single her whole life. Like, she'll date around, but she never wanted to get married, never had children. She's awesome. She's a total firecracker from New York, and she travels all the time. She has good money. I mean, she's happy. She's got friends. She doesn't have kids. She doesn't have a husband or anything. Like, she gets to travel. She goes all over the world. I mean, she has a lot of freedom, and she never wanted to. And I think that's really cool and admirable. Sophie 291191 asks, I've been with my boyfriend for over 4 years and our sex life really needs spicing up. Do you have any advice or suggestions? Actually, another person asked about spicing up the relationship. I think try new things. I know it sounds lame, but I would try new things, like get some handcuffs from the children's section at the grocery store. We did that. Try new positions, try goofy positions, just, I don't know, try new foreplay things. I don't know. The last question I'm gonna answer by Tanishanit. I don't know how to say it, sorry. Please answer this. I am at a loss and I don't know what to do. What is the correct choice? It's a 1 year long relationship, and he keeps lying about things that he promised he would stop. And he said he did stop doing them, and he has covered and lied about it continuously and asked me to trust him. So the question is, should someone stay and try to fix a serious relationship even though the trust is gone? Is love always enough? Oh gosh. Honestly, from outside looking in, I probably wouldn't stay. If someone has continuously lied, they might have an issue, and you are probably going to continuously be hurt. And I don't want that for you. I don't think you want that for you. No, I don't think love is always enough. There's more that goes into a relationship than just love. Honestly, I wouldn't stay. I think it would take a while for me to get the courage to leave, but I think you should leave, possibly. I don't really want to tell you what to do because I don't know details. I don't know you. I don't know your story, but I think you have some serious thinking to do, and I wouldn't want to continue to be hurt. Ooh, I feel like that got deep. Whew. I hope you guys didn't mind that I did a Q&A sort of form. I just wanted to make sure I really addressed your concerns and things that you wanted to hear about from me. I'm not an expert. I can't say that enough. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm only going off experience, and I have a lot of experience in sex and relationships. I was a hot mess growing up. I'm like a grandma now, so that's good. Austin has tamed me, so I've dated around, I've done all that, I've been there, done that. So I would hope you see me as your older sister or your friend or whatever. I hope that this helped you. I'm sorry I didn't answer every question. I answered most. There were just so many, and some of them were kind of similar, and some of them were like, oh, I don't know if I should answer that. I'm sorry it's kind of long. I just really wanted to answer as many as I could. And yeah, if you miss me during the week, as always, my links are down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Ooh, also, if you live in the Houston area like me, I love meeting you guys, and usually I get to meet you guys at like water parks concerts, which that's my boyfriend's band, but forget about them. Think about me. Every show I end up getting to meet a bunch of you guys there. We take pictures, we drink, we hang out, we have fun. So I just wanted to inform you, if you are in the Houston area, Water Parks has a show April 4th. I'll have all the details down below. You can get tickets online, blah, blah, blah. Like I said, who cares about water parks? They're good, but I'm better. Well, I don't know. Fuck it. But just, hey, if you live in the area, come hang out. I would love to meet you. It's the easiest, least creepy way to get to meet and hang out. So I think it'd be really fun. And yeah, link will be down below for all that info, and I hope to see you guys there because I have a lot of fun. I'm rarely social, and I love getting all prettied up and going to the shows and meeting you guys and drinking and taking pictures and just having a hot mess night. So I should shut up. This video is getting long. I can like see it in the viewfinder, so sorry about that. I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.